Belinda, thanks very much for your time. So South Africa's pension system ranked 27th in this Global Pension Index report. Given which countries were considered in the rankings, what does that mean?
Good afternoon, Anli. I think we actually did a great job in terms of ranking 27th. We ranked ahead of countries like Italy, Austria, Indonesia, and basically right behind the USA. So I think from a sustainability and adequacy perspective, as well as integrity, we're right up there and really have a little bit of room for improvement. But I think long term, we are making changes to be able to improve our outcomes.
So before we get to some of those areas of improvement, I want to find out about our pension system and what percentage of South Africans have access to this system, given that our unemployment figures are staggering and our informal sector is quite substantial.
So, Anli, our pension system is mostly available really on a voluntary basis. It's an occupational system that is basically supported through tax incentives and offered through employers. So basically only the people who have active employment would have formal access to our current pension arrangements. Others need to rely on the state when they go on retirement. So obviously there is a large gap for those that are informally employed, or, for example, contract workers that do not stay on long enough to actually participate in the voluntary schemes that are made available. In addition to that, not all employers offer their employees access to retirement savings.
So is this one of the areas that we need to improve in, and what are some of those other improvements we want to see?
So definitely, and I think in terms of the budget speech or the medium-term budget speech that we listened to on Wednesday, that was really a key call from government and agreed through NEDLAC to pursue and look at alternative ways of making sure that employed workers who are not formally on retirement fund savings and other workers who do not have any access to savings have something put in place to be able to encourage this. So either through an auto-enrollment perspective, to really give a comprehensive social security system and give those bits of people access to that type of saving arrangement.
COVID-19 and its subsequent economic fallout has had a dire impact on pensioners and government's ability to support its older population. So how does our pension system need to make adequate provisions to compensate for the losses due to COVID-19?
So I think we've seen a lot of distress and in individual capacity as well as business capacity. Government has incurred obviously large debt in order to be able to support those who don't have access to additional funds through social grants and to be able to make them get through this time. We have seen that there would be lower levels of contributions during COVID itself or during the lockdown. There were companies that were closed that were unable to sustain contributions to retirement funds. And time will tell how these companies are able to move into the future and to facilitate growth and to continue to be able to contribute towards savings. As you say, the poorest of the poor do not have access to these benefits, but through the government grants, they do have some access, which again, as I highlighted, have increased the levels of debt that we're seeing coming through in the budget speech that need to be supported.
Right, lots of room for improvement, but we do have strong points, as that index showed. Thank you very much, Belinda Sullivan, Alexander Forbes Financial Services Principal Consultant, for speaking to us.